So, Apple just dropped a massive 41-page lawsuit on OpenAI, and it completely exposes this messy, kind of ruthless hardware war going on behind the scenes. They're specifically going after OpenAI's hardware chief, Tang Tan, who, by the way, used to be Apple's VP of product design, and a former Apple engineer, Chang Lu. Apple is alleging this highly coordinated campaign to extract unreleased product specs, supply chain blueprints, and manufacturing designs. There are over 400 former Apple employees at OpenAI right now, and Apple claims they were actively pushed to download confidential files on their way out the door. Because apparently OpenAI thought open source applied to Apple's proprietary manufacturing facilities. But here's the thing, OpenAI has been pushing hard to build their own consumer hardware, so they aren't just an API forever. But you can't just code a hardware supply chain from scratch. Apple's real moat isn't just the design, it's their execution in manufacturing. Secret metal finishing techniques, exclusive partner networks, stuff that takes decades to build. If OpenAI is using stolen blueprints to just skip that decade of R&D, well, Apple is dropping the hammer. This is going to completely freeze talent movement between the two companies. And honestly, it makes you wonder about their Apple Intelligence partnership. You can't deeply integrate a partner's AI into iOS while actively suing them for stealing your physical blueprints. I mean, you can, but that's a choice. Oh, and right in the middle of this, OpenAI's head of safety just resigned after a major leadership reshuffle. Huh, talk about hitting a boiling point in internal tension. But on the software side, OpenAI is pivoting hard. They just launched ChatGPT Work, which is a brand new agent powered by Codex and the new GPT 5.6 model. This isn't just a smarter text box anymore, it's a full-on autonomous agent. In the demo, we see it hooked directly into apps like Gmail, Slack, Excel, and Notion. It gets tasked with researching lamp suppliers, and it just stays with the project for hours. It builds a competitive scoring spreadsheet, generates 3D lifestyle mockups, and puts it all into a polished PowerPoint deck. It operates entirely in the background. This is the shift, guys, from generative AI to agentic software. We're moving past the era of the prompt engineer and into the era of the agent manager, which is just a nice way of saying you're now a babysitter for a really fast intern. If this thing can orchestrate Slack and Excel to build reports autonomously, tools like Zapier or niche data entry SaaS are in serious trouble. OpenAI is actually so confident in this GPT 5.6 engine that they just put up a $50,000 bounty for anyone who can universally jailbreak its biosafety protections. They're clearing the board to focus entirely on this agentic future, which is probably why they are officially killing off failed experiments like ChatGPT Atlas, which is shutting down on August 9th. Good riddance. Someone shipped that with a straight face, and it couldn't even manage a basic web search. While OpenAI is caught up in hardware lawsuits, Anthropic is just quietly turning Claude into the ultimate 10 times engineer operating system. They just updated the Claude desktop app to include a built-in web browser natively for Claude Code. So instead of you opening Chrome to debug something, Claude Code just opens its own internal browser, researches checkout patterns on a local dev server, applies the code fix, and creates the PR. You never even leave the IDE. Because opening a separate window is just too much manual labour now, apparently. Browsers are basically becoming these secondary API-like environments where the AI does the rendering and reading, and you just review the final pull request. And to power all of this, Anthropic just secured a massive 3.5 gigawatt TPU expansion with Google and Broadcom. Their revenue run rate also just crossed $30 billion. They have the raw compute iron now to push Fable 5.1 without hardware bottlenecks. Because compiling code in 2026 requires the energy output of a small star. They're just out-executing everyone in the developer space right now. Speaking of Google, Gemini 3.5 Pro is turning into a massive headache. It's been delayed. Again. I know, you're shocked. Polymarket is now pricing in a 56% chance that it doesn't drop until July 30th. According to leaks, Google has been testing this entirely new base architecture, revision 25, but the internal checkpoints are apparently just underperforming. We actually got a leaked output of a procedurally generated voxel citadel from it. I mean, visually it's fine, but nothing Fable level yet. And insiders are saying the model still constantly hallucinates knowledge cutoffs and is actually worse at coding than the older May checkpoints. Google is entering a market that is just incredibly saturated with SOTA models right now. You have Fable 5, GPT 5.6, Grok 4.5, Meta's new Spark. If Gemini 3.5 Pro is just a marginal bump that took months of delays to push out, they completely lose the enterprise narrative. If this foundational rewrite fails, we're going to see enterprise customers rely even more on Anthropic, which is brutally ironic since Google is the one selling Anthropic the 3.5 gigawatts of compute to beat them. I will say, they did drop one nice win for developers today. Google AI Studio now lets you give deployed apps a permanent, clean .ai Studio custom URL, which is great, because nothing distracts from a foundational model crisis quite like a vanity domain name. Finally, it looks like the golden age of Chinese open source AI is sadly ending. Reports from Semi-Analysis are saying that major Chinese AI labs are currently telling inference providers that their next frontier models are not going to be open source. They're pivoting to a closed source licensing model. Minimax seems to be one of the only labs pushing back on this right now. And all of this is happening while geopolitical tensions are getting hotter. There are reports today that OpenAI and Google allegedly provided AI services to blacklisted Chinese tech firms using Singapore subsidiaries. For the last year, China has basically propped up the global open source ecosystem by dropping these insanely capable models for free. But open source idealism is beautiful right up until the server bill arrives. When the VC money dries up, or the geopolitical heat from Beijing gets too intense, the pivot to closed source is just a basic survival mechanism. And you know who is capitalizing on the chaos? Elon. xAI just casually dropped a free trial of Grok 4.5 directly through their Grok build CLI, just sliding right into the terminal while everyone else is having an existential crisis. That's the signal for today. See you in the next one.